That was nice of you. Thanks.
One of your units is getting decrapped, not a big deal, and Aster just going to go for the Troll Warlord. Alright, so... And they're going to keep this matchup going. Sylar down here ready to farm. FY sitting in the trees, though he hasn't made the rotation over the top just yet. Baboka also not down here. It's a 3-man Fisher, but it's not going to end up being a kill or anything. D-Stones has a salve waiting, but not in a great spot to use it. But still, 6 and 3 on this mid lane. Action down bottom. Actually, first blood, Sylar going to pick that one up. FY getting mowed down. Fenrir getting chased now. They do have an ignite, but Xnova deciding against using it. Alright, bad time to look away. I'm just interested to see how this mid lane goes. We've actually got FY TPing in there right this second, but... Is he actually going to do anything? Was he just dropping off another salve? Oh, D-Stones. Gotta be careful. Fisher coming in. Fairy Fire saves him, but still one more auto attack there. And that FR rotation... I don't know, was that... Surely that was spotted, but... D-Stone's just taking way too much damage from the right clicks there. Oh, they've managed to go on to Fenrir. He does have a brain sap, can even turn around and use it. Gets it off, but it's not going to save him. Chalice right-clicking him down. And LGD striking across the map. They're even going to be looking towards XXS up here. FY still on the rotation. Yeah, but XXS looks like he's going to be fine. I mean, it's a level 2 Lycan. What can he... We'll be looking for some kind of a turnaround here, but... maybe still got the refraction ready to go, so... No real kill potential here on either side, just a lot of big rotations. D-Stones needs to be careful of these side blades. He's running straight back. Fisher catches onto 2. Fenrir and Baboka, they get the boulder smash out, but Fenrir will be brought down. Xnova is behind the tower. He's now coming in. They do lose the TA, but it looks like PSG LGD, they've got the numbers in this fight, and one more touch. Xnova finds himself a double kill. FY only just barely alive. D-Stone's going to be respawning in a couple of seconds. Can he find the random Sunstrike? He's going to be looking for it, and he is actually going to get it. D-Stone's the man. There is vision here, after all. So, you know, it's not completely blind, but still. Very nice Sunstrike from D-Stones. He knows that he's a little bit late to the party here, and that there are already going to be Radiant Observer wards down, so... The solo smoke just helps to ensure that his wards don't get countered a little bit later on. D-Stones in big trouble, but they're also looking for this kill onto the TA. Refraction on cooldown for 8 seconds time. Are both of the mid laners going to be brought down? It looks like it. Xnova just runs in with the club and gives it to him. Ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange. Pretty even on the gold. And Sylar loving the space up top. Shoves it all the way in. Comfortably sitting in the dire jungle. Can't go too deep. Doesn't have a ward around here or anything like that, but... Does see a bunch of heroes on the opposite side of the map. They've got a Sunstrike coming in. They're looking for this FY kill, and they will get it. Baboka gets the silence out, keeping himself alive. Like an ultimate is being popped. Fenrir is dragging them away to the other side of the fight, and Sylar comes in with the whirling axis to protect, but now he's the one who might be in a little bit of trouble. Chalice still has plenty of mana for impetus shots, but Sylar is actually pretty fast, and between the Decrepify and the whirling axis, they're making life difficult for these right-clicking heroes. Chalice is trying, but it's just not doing enough to Sylar. That's 2 or 3 misses in a row. Now they jump in. Chalice gets bursted, drained of all of his life. That's a great little trade for Aster, and XXS just going to keep on chasing forward. He wants the Satyr if he can get it. Ame does have the Dominator off cooldown, and yeah, going to be just fine. Because TA is normally expecting to just play with Aegis. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to get the Deso, I'm going to find an opportunity, and I'm going to be able to play with Aegis. XXS getting run at here. The Purge is being used, so now we can just go for the Decrepify, and they have a secondary Purge, but nothing to interrupt the TP out. Fiend's Grip coming from Fenrir. Sunstrike doing decent damage. They might need a couple of bashes. TA jumping right in on top of the Bane. D-Stone's also a little bit exposed. He's got the Tornado to buy some space, and Lycan was brought down successfully by Sylar. He's chasing forward, but Xnova is here for the assist. Blink Dagger coming back off cooldown in 3 seconds time. Baboka really wants this though. Boulder Smash only going to catch one. FY trying to stay clear so that he can get that Fisher off and buy the space. On the other side of the fight, XXS is draining down Chalice, but he's got the heal, so he's going to be okay. Xnova gets burst. Jeez. He looked healthier than that, but I guess the decrep plus the Veil, that is a lot of damage. Not as fast as it could be, but they do have the Enchantress to tank it, so this is a pretty safe Roche. They're not really taking too much damage. And Aster, do they Do they really not realize what's going on? Okay, they do. Sunstrike's coming in. Roshan at about a third. They're coming over. Sylar is just going to be the first one charging into the pit, but he can't really stop it, and now he's isolated by the Fissure. Tornado trying to buy him some space. Baboka also going to come rolling in. He's got the Boulder Smash ready. It only catches out onto one. FY jumping into the backlines with the Blink, but they've only brought down Baboka. Sylar managing to find some space in this fight as FY is just getting drained out by XXS. Sylar now getting wailed on, however, by 4 PSG LGD heroes. He'll be brought down. I was surprised that Sylar survived for as long as he did, but single pick off at this point, as we saw earlier, very few buybacks available, so could just lead to a free Roshan. Both teams relatively quick at taking it. Troll Warlord starting to build up enough damage. Oh, they found the Lycan up here on the high ground. He's going to be able to get into his ultimate, but they've been trapped in by the Fissure. Sylar just going to pop BKB, chops wood, and down goes Lycan. Ame caught D-warding, it looked like. Just in a terrible position. And it's LGD who gets caught. 1 second. All right, Roshan's up. Things coming in. Both teams are aware there is a side trap in here. It would behoove Aster to get rid of that, but yeah, with the Alacrity Troll Warlord, they're making pretty quick work of this. FY wants to come in. He's got the Echo Slam. How many can he find? He jumps in. It's Echo out onto 2. They've got the TA coming in at the exact same moment, but they've got a Fiend's Grip. Fenrir in a great position. He's controlling the TA through this entire duration. They can't get the Fissure off, courtesy of the Cold Snap from D-Stones. He's doing work. Sylar's still alive. They saved him with the decrypt. He's trying to man up here, but he actually gets finished off by Chalice. They did need him, I think, to finish off this Roshan, potentially. We'll have to see Chalice unable to force staff up onto the high ground, but can they finish this Roshan without their Troll Warlord? That is the question. It was a really well executed initiation from LGD, but the supports from Aster just sitting outside patiently. They even find FY a little bit further up and Sunstrike him down. And the big guy doesn't have as much magic resistance as he once did, so Pugna's still able to help out. Lycan gonna try for something here, but he's not gonna deny it or anything like that. D-Stones doesn't... His fingers aren't that slow. And a regen to boot. Why not? X-Nova's in here. Hello. XXS would be happy with that kill. See some Dagon action. Oh no, Sunstrike also coming. Okay, that's 2 missed spells from D-Stones. Sunstrike just missing. Deafening Blast just whiffing as well. But yeah, going for the Yules before the Aghanim Scepter in this situation. Fenrir still really nothing to his name. Would like a Ghost Scepter, but not going to be easy. And FY goes blinking forward here. Baboka's in a pretty good position to catch him, and he does do so. Not the best coordination in D-Stones. He's being hexed down, but they do still have a BKB and an Aegis on him, so I think he's going to be all right. First life almost gone, but Fenrir once again in such a good position. He's getting these full duration Fiend's Grips out every single time. Baboka's even still alive. Maybe getting chunked down by the Cataclysm as he's getting kited around. Chalice now just getting chunked by Sylar. Ame coming under the backlines. The Deafening Blast, a little bit of a whiff, and D-Stones looks like his first life might get taken out here. I don't think the Ghost Walk is going to do enough for him. They do have the Necro 3 here waiting. He gets a Tornado out onto both the move speed, and now he's actually away. Sylar continues to fight, just man fighting up against maybe. They get through the refraction, but the BKB is still there. Chalice coming back after the buyback. Sylar with the last second cheese wants to continue fighting, but all 3 cores from PSG LGD are going to put him down. Baboka wants to keep on fighting, but without D-Stones here to do damage, looks like they are just going to all get cleaned up. One final Hex onto the Bane. And LGD, it's an expensive teamfight win with 2 buybacks coming out at the end of the day, but still, they will walk away with that win. Radiant Siege Creeps getting involved in on this push. Watch that tower melt. Deafening Blast helps a tiny bit, but I don't think it's enough. D-Stone's doing everything that he can, but it is actually going to be LGD claiming the first lane of racks here. I guess if they keep adding everything up, they've got the blind from the troll, it's got the Shivas. Might actually be able to take a few right clicks without that being brought down and get the opportunity to use some spells. And TA and level 25 just yet, but does have a double damage with about half the duration. Ame going to be looking for the wraparound. He's actually got a Shadow Blade. Baboka in the spot to find out FY. They don't catch the Boulder Smash out onto 2, and the Cataclysm not doing anything. A good bit of team play from LGD as they will save FY. Baboka trying to roll out of there, but the X is going to stop at XXS, making the defensive plays with the Decrepify, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. FY jumps forward, and Baboka will be the first one to fall in this fight. Lycan now looking for his opportunity. He comes in, they get the TA trap slow onto D-Stones. That's going to be life number 1. The Hex still on cooldown for 5 seconds, but they are surrounding him, and looks like Aster just can't make their way into this fight. D-Stones finds a good angle for the Tornado. It catches out onto a couple. There's the Deafening Blast, but FY is waiting. Not not for the interrupt, but just to find the kill. He's got enough damage with the enchant totem, and that is a 3-for-nothing fight. Well, XXS wants to blast this out, but also knows that he has to be careful about his positioning. FY is also going to be looking for this. He's just in range for the Fisher. He's also happy for his team to just take the building, as they don't need to force an engagement. X-Nova runs interference. It's going to get drained out a little bit. Baboka's chasing him, but this is just the Ogre Mega kill, and X-Nova, he's smiling. He's just fine with what just happened. Just really feels like Sylar hasn't been able to commit to these fights in the way that he wants, because he's actually still just getting sliced apart by the impetus, the right clicks from the TA, who now has a Bloodthorn. Oh lordy. FY leading the way. Do they have any vision here? They've got a scan landing successfully. Sylar walks over the side trap. They see him up here on the high ground. If they could just jump in with the Hex, but they are a little bit worried about running up this choke point. They're going to send X-Nova first. The smoke gets broken. Baboka, the first one focused. He is getting saved a little bit by the Decrepify, but he's now gone. They've got the Echo Slam out onto the Pugna, silencing him now as well. D-Stone's looking for the combo, but FY avoids it with the Yule Scepter. They are going to get the grip over onto the TA. Sylar chopping wood and finishes off maybe. D-Stone's kiting with his Yule Scepter, but Ame's got him surrounded and finished off. Sylar now finds himself in the midst of 3 heroes. He also hits the deck. They've got 2 core buybacks available for Aster, so they can continue this fight. XXS trying to survive, but there's just too many purges. The Decrepify not doing anything. This last pick, Lycan, putting in so much work for PSG LGD. So add it all together, it's enough to get through the early game to the mid game, but now that we're at this point and there's just so much lockdown from LGD. Oh, all right. Dairosh, they were trying to leave it until are they just guarding this until the TA comes in here? Oh, Courier is gonna get it. That was the Reaver for Sylar. He's got a lot of gold. Not a whole lot of item progression in the last couple of minutes. FY's thinking about it. Jumps in. They're going for this Troll Warlord. They are going to be able to save him just a little bit. That sleep is there. He gets out of the Hex. They're turning things around. FY is going to be able to jump away, so he's just fine. The silence not quite in time. Sunstrike is looking for him, but not enough to bring him down. Is this really how this goes? Is this really how we're doing this? Watch, as soon as I start complaining, that's in, yeah, yep, all right, yeah. As soon as I start complaining, that's when Aster is smoking outside of the base. They're trying to make a play, but this could just be the game right here. Sylar getting stunned up. No BKB pop just yet, still surviving with the help from the Manta. They're going to drop one ultimate onto Baboka. He gets chunked, down he goes. They're trying to save the Troll Warlord, still has the Satanic in the BKB. Pops it now, looking to turn around and lifesteal up a little bit, but he's not actually getting anything off with the refraction. Chalice is okay. He's got the Force Staff to get him a little bit further away. Maybe not really committing, but this is all just a ploy, because the Lycan's inside the base getting mega creeps. Baboka interrupts as he tries to make his escape. This is his second life for this fight, and he's now out of the game for 90 seconds. I don't know if he's even going to see another respawn, but it does seem like against LGD they really want to play this one all the way out. I don't know. Even just the position that maybe is farming in here says so much about the state of this game. They're going to jump in, Hex into Sylar, force the defensive abilities, create the opportunity for the Lycan to go in. D-Stone's forced into his BKB, but also going to be forced into the Ghost Walker. Those impetus shots keep on flying. Ame's looking for the supports here. Going to pop the BKB, charges through, brings down Fenrir. Buyback from the Bane. 20 seconds to go on the Earth Spirit. Earthshaker looking like he's going to be okay. FY forced to reset. XXS has his Aeon Disc popped. Ame about to run out of his ultimate, so it's just going to reset for a second, but Chalice wants blood. He's throwing spears all over the place, and they've actually managed to catch out Sylar, and a little bit too deep. He does have a buyback. Aster, this is their last little bit that they've got. And LGD, are they really just going to let them stew? And it feels like, as always, just such a great warding game from X-Nova. The vision control, scouting that smoke. We had, of course, the slightly awkward moment with Ame getting trapped up on the cliff here and just getting brought down by Sylar, but FYI, refresher shard off cooldown in 3. Looking for it. He's thinking about it. He's only got this invis for another second or so. Who's actually, does anyone still have buyback on the Radiant? No, D-Stones, did he buy up his... He's also bought a Maelstrom. Okay. Well, tier 4 is getting worked on. They're going to jump in. They want this kill onto Chalice. Can they get it? They force staff him out of the Cataclysm, but he's still down. BKBs have been popped. FY also getting Fiend Script up and controlled. He's got a buyback, but Aster... Alright, showing that they still have something to say about the state of this game. I'm making a 6 Wolves reset for the Lycan ultimate, it looks like. Only 40 seconds to go. This is the only remaining tower for Aster, and Chalice is just destroying it from long range. Jump in, Hex onto the Earth Spirit, trying to finish him. The defensive Decrepify still doing work, but D-Stones is controlled. FY jumps in. That's Echo Slam number 1. He's got Echo Slam number 2. XXS brought down. Let's give us, hopefully we get at least one highlight out of the end of this game. Salar retreating back to the fountain. And that's it. That's the only interesting moment. D-Stone jumping in with the Deafening Blast, buying another couple of seconds. Salar chasing out, but he's now being hexed. Stunned up by FY, finished off, D-Stone's leapt upon, and finally, as the Ancient explodes, Boca will call out the GG, but only the one GG again. What is, China not... Would have been pretty good. They need something that can kind of do its own thing against the Batrider, because Necro can't play that lane at all. It's completely unplayable. They need someone else to kind of deal with it, and it will just end up being the Void that I mentioned. All right, the second point in Quas early on here just wants that little bit of extra regen. Looks like he's going kind of for the Forge Spirit build, but I don't know if we'll see a... Well, I don't know. It's just 404 dead. Chalice in trouble. Doesn't have that point in the Ghost Shroud just yet, and it is going to be Sylar grabbing first blood. Nothing that FY could really do there. Tried to throw out some Fire Spirits, but that was about it. Unless he dies now, in which case his TP scroll would be on cooldown, but D-Stones does not really have the mana to pull everything off here. He can like Mango and Sunstrike, and that's about it. They're actually looking towards D-Stones. X-Nova blocked off. Heal coming through. TP coming in from Fenrir. They've got just enough for the Cold Snap, maybe. Looks like he might be brought down. He pops the Fairy Fire. He turns around. They need some uphill misses. FY looking for the turnaround as well. Baboka, one more touch will bring him down. Ends up being a 1-for-1 on the mid lane. Necro is still farming great. Void is doing surprisingly well, but the Batrider also getting good farm. I think he's just been stealing waves pretty much this entire time. I was a little bit concerned for the Void, but looks like he's doing okay. And another gank onto Maybe. Doesn't have the boat just yet. I think it'd be very difficult if he did, but they don't have the damage. Chronosphere gonna come in. Can they actually bring down D-Stones? Torrent to follow it up. It's not quite there just yet. They've got the X marks the spot. He's got another Tidebringer, but he needs something to hit. He makes his way over to the creep. Fenrir actually finds the kill on the Void. Big commitment there, but at the same time, Sylar also dying up top, so... LGD not going to be happy losing the Void in that situation. Fortunately, it's only a Batrider down bottom, so his pushing potential is somewhat limited, though he does have the Siege creep, but losing Sylar up top there, I think LGD is still going to be pretty happy with the state of things. Nova getting bursted, healing himself back up. They've got the Tombstone down up on the high ground. He will still get finished off. Fenrir lifted up by the Torrent, but it's only Maybe here fighting his way through. Tidebringer's doing decent damage. He gets slowed down by the Ice Wall. D-Stone's really on point with this, and he wants the last hit, but it's actually Fenrir who grabs it. Double kill for him. Baboka running away from the zombies. X-Nova, 1 decay is going to finish it, respawning just in time to get at least the 1 turnaround kill, but then I think they're going to be okay. A lot of weight on XXS's shoulders right now, though. He's the lead farmer for his team, and this Blink Dagger is going to have to put in a lot of work. They're going to go get some Sunstrike kills. Sylar caught out again. Only level 5. As soon as this Death Balls catches up to him, he's dead, and FY already level 6. Action up mid, but the boat coming up. These stones getting caught. There is a double damage on this Kunkka. They need to be a little bit cautious of that. Cleave coming through. X-Nova cutting them off at the pass. The Tombstone not going to be doing enough, though. And D-Stones does manage to make it back to the tower. Baboka coming in. Another Cleave coming through. Sunstrike, is it going to connect? Yes, it does. Maybe brought down. Fenrir on a mega kill streak. Oracle just doing Oracle things. The Tombstone only up for another couple of seconds, but they've got the chase. FY is in here. He does also have the Supernova available. Diving through. Supernova now just to ensure the Baboka kill. Yeah, he gets it. A little bit of extra farm as well. Chalice also coming up to just mop up these last couple of kills, and they are swarming this tier 1 tower. completely without my intervention, I can just farm up because he knows that Sylar is not getting anything. Sylar is going for a catch-up Midas on his Clinks. Oh man, okay, they've got the lasso. Can they actually do anything useful here though? XXS kept alive. Nice play out of Fenrir. LGD, they don't get the boat off until a little bit too late, so no extra survivability for Kunkka. Chronosphere is completely empty. Ame, what are you doing? Should have just stuck to farming. They are going to get the Reaper's Scythe out. Dive through from FY, controlling the fight nicely. Double kill from Ame. It's an empty Chrono, but it's not an empty rotation. He's still going to get some kills. XXS does manage to get the blink off and escape. And the PSG LGD. I think they wish that this was the other way around. They wish that they had a 3k net worth Earthshaker and a 1.7k net worth Oracle, because Oracle's just here for his spells this game. There is an Echo Slam on Baboka. Can he just walk in and get this one? He's going to try for it. They've got the lasso onto the Phoenix, bursting him down. Now the Echo Slam onto the secondary support. They also managed to bring down the Tombstone. PSG LGD a little bit too grouped up, and Aster have all 5 heroes here. The chase continues. The boat's coming through. Chalice does have a Reaper's Scythe. The bat is low, but they can't quite get over there, and Fenrir going to be able to heal him back up. Ghost Shroud on cooldown. Chalice has quite a bit of armor, but he's also extremely slowed. XXS needs to be careful about getting too close here. The Scythe won't be able to get it off, being controlled, and Fenrir now wicked sick. I don't even... Why would you even try and take that kill, Fenrir? One of the teams is getting a raw deal, but which of those teams it is hard to say because they both seem content. But XXS, alright, so they do have this smoke gang coming out. We do have a Blink Dagger now up on Baboka. They're going to get the lasso back, but it's only... it's on the Necrophos, but he gets saved by the X marks the spot, so he's actually fine. XXS now getting turned around on. They're going to drop the Scythe on him. Nice save from Fenrir. He is going to survive for the moment. X marks the spot, also going out elsewhere. A little bit of trouble for Chalice, just running through with the Blade Mail. XXS is okay. D-Stones has a horde of zombies after him, so after all of those ults being exchanged, it's going to be a pretty nothing teamfight. Baboka's ready with the Echo Slam. He's waiting for it. He's been spotted over in the trees. They get the silence onto the Phoenix. There's also the Orchid picked up for the Clink, so FY is now down. PSG LGD, no way to save him. They do have the full combination from Kunkka, so he's waiting for it. Can they save Chalice? They won't be able to. Fenrir now already on a monster kill streak and maybe whiffs the combo. The boat does nothing, so Sylar now wants to chase forward. X-Nova isolated, and he will also be brought down. And Aster finding that re-engage so nicely. They don't mind forcing a fight while they have all of their ultimates like this, so the Roshan place is a decent place for them to head. XXS going to get his Blink Dagger cancelled up here on the high ground. They do have vision. They're in a pretty good spot, and that is going to 100% secure the Roshan. They give the Aegis over to the Void, so even if he does get bursted now with the lasso, they're going to have that opportunity to get the Chronosphere off, and maybe is chasing forward under cover of his Shadow Blade. He's feeling a little bit more confident because this Observer Ward hasn't been dewarded, but there is actually a sentry on the ground, and yeah, maybe just gonna get straight up lasso. The rest of the team is coming over soon, but I don't know if they have enough to save him. Baboka making sure to cut off the entrance with the Fisher. And, what, Fenrir? Why are you taking these kills, Fenrir? I don't understand. X-Nova still just sitting out the front, being a nuisance. Some sticky napalm spam coming in, but no Firefly for 3 seconds. Void gets bounced out of the pit, but it's looking like at this rate Aegis and Cheese are going to be LGDs to claim. Sylar wants to run forward. He's going to try for it. They've got the Torrent just to protect it. They are able to jump out of the Necrophos. He's got the Blade Mail. He gets Echo Slam down. Baboka finishing him off. Sylar standing his ground. They also managed to kill off the Supernova. X-Nova makes his escape. Fenrir is beyond godlike on this Oracle. Void gonna pop his BKB, turns around and just starts fighting XXS, but he's not willing to use the Chrono. They don't have the combinations. The Sunstrike does find him, but a little bit too much HP, and he will be able to get away with that Aegis still there. Maybe turning it around, looking for Baboka, but Fenrir with the save, and now maybe might be forced to pop BKB or Cheese to actually retreat up into the base. No, he's gonna be okay. Sylar gonna have to be a little bit more careful. Kunkka is just going for an AC, and Baboka and Sylar both stalking him, but this is looking like perhaps a little bit too far to go. No, he's actually running back over towards them. They're gonna drop the Echo Slam. They've also got the Sunstrike straight into the Hex, and Sylar is gonna grab a mega kill streak of his own. Can't let Fenrir completely upstage him on this Oracle. 10-0 and 4. I'm just wondering if he gives any consideration to picking up an Aghanim Scepter this game. This might not be the right game for it. But it's, you know, the other cooldowns are long-ish, but not that long, so more repeatable team fight would be alright. But they're always going to be waiting for the supernova, I suppose. Cataclysm Scouts, they've actually managed to find Fenrir. That's going to be a big streak to claim, but was it worth it to grab it like that? Only 700 gold for a godlike streak. That's being a support for you. They got a lasso coming out. Chalice is dying elsewhere. X-Nova getting dragged back into the EMP. Looks like he's going to be left for dead, but he does manage to get the tombstone down on the high ground. If LGD can get over here and fight on that, that would be great. Ame jumping away. He's going to be okay, but Baboka is closing in on him. They've got the follow-up stun. Hex coming off cooldown in 1 second's time. FY with the drive-by. Actually able to save him with the Yules, preventing Sylar from getting the Hex out. Ame still going to be brought down, it looks like, though. Maybe wants to commit to this fight. D-Stone's losing some HP. FY able to get off the ultimate inside of the river, making life difficult. They've got XXS control, but he still has BKB, and he's still got Firefly to get up onto the high ground. Buyback from Baboka as they now control FY, and that is going to be the gem lost. He's got the Icarus dive, but there's spells waiting for him. D-Stone's picking up the mega kill streak. Void didn't jump all the way down to the low ground. He, I don't know, stuck around and wanted to try that fight. He uses BKB and Chrono just to kill Oracle. They continue fighting. Chalice died somewhere else off doing his own thing. And then he decides that he still wants to fight with two really big cooldowns down. Lasso's coming up soon. Sylar trying to initiate onto X-Nova. One more auto attack's going to do it. They get the lasso now over onto the Necrophos, but a good save from the Kunkka is going to open up space. Void pops his BKB and charges forward, but still 20 seconds to go on that Chronosphere cooldown. Kunkka waiting on the side. He's got his BKB soon. They get the Hex out onto Chalice, but he's pretty tanky. Can they actually burst him down? It looks like they will be able to. He just finally gets bursted by Fenrir. Baboka stuck in no man's land. He does have a Yules to buy a couple more seconds. Ame looking for a good Chronosphere target on the back. Who can he find? 1 second to go. Sylar is nearby, but he doesn't see him. He can't go for it, and Aster are just going to scatter. They forced another buyback, and they are going to be so happy with that. Has enough money for his Hex, so he's going to be able to go over and grab that. LGD still desperately trying to pick up items to deal with this, but no sign of a Force Staff or anything on the team. I'm sure X-Nova's not beating himself up too much. Maybe feeling confident to be here on the front lines. I mean, sure, he's got the Aeon Disc and the BKB. They've actually managed to catch out XXS on the other side. They're looking for him now. They're going to Chronosphere. They've actually put their Necrophos in here. The Aeon Disc gets popped, so it's wasting some duration. Ame, what can he really do? He jumps forward. He gets the secondary Chrono. He finds it on a D-Stone. Maybe this is finally the opportunity. They get the boat through. It kills off Fenrir. They've got the Phoenix Sun waiting. It's not really doing anything, but finally, Ame making the plays. The first Chronosphere, and that is the play that we've been waiting 46 minutes to see. Ame farming this entire time and finally putting some of that 25k net worth to use. Oh, who have they caught out? Hex onto Chalice. Silo taking a lot of reflected damage off the blade mail, though he almost kills himself off. 18 HP. He needs to be so careful of the Heartstopper aura. Finally makes his out. Faceless Void still chasing, but it's only Ame here on the front lines. Boat is not going to land, though. They're up onto the high ground. EMP is going to be a little bit annoying, so everybody forced to scatter. Buyback from Baboka. XXS lining up the lasso, but no easy targets. Aeon Disc on the Kunkka, and anybody else might get X marks the spot. Cataclysm doing absolutely nothing. A little bit of fancy footwork as X-Nova is just standing right next to his tombstone here on the front lines. Doesn't get the Ghost Scepter out, though. Not killed off, just barely finished by the Deafening Blast. Ame jumping in with the BKB, does not have a Chronosphere. Another buyback from X-Nova. They want to keep on fighting with these tombstones. I know it's scary, but this is the only way that their lineup plays. They have to keep successfully ratting out the side lanes. Sylar down to a 6-second BKB now. He's going to lead the way with the gem. Who's going to have the high ground? It looks like both teams on even footing. X-Nova breaks the smoke. Who's in first? They're going to dive through with FY. He just drops the Supernova right on top of Baboka. They're focusing him down. Jumping into the back lines is Ame. He finds both of the supports. XXS controlling him with the Yule Scepter. Baboka will be brought down. They get the Hex out of the Void, but he should be fine. He's in the midst of his team. XXS is trying to chase him. Sylar forced to pop the BKB, but it's only to retreat. He's not standing there and doing damage. D-Stones can't afford to die. He catches everybody with the Tornado, but Ame still wants him. D-Stones saving his own life there, but they've already lost 3. They've got the heals from the Necrophos. They're all right back to full HP, and they are now looking at multiple lane of racks. They were down for the longest time in this game, but holding on, knowing the strength of their team fight. Aster are making the flashy plays, but they're just not finding the kills. to the winner bracket finals in the Kuala Lumpur China Major, not Kuala Lumpur Major China qualifiers. Excuse me. Yeah, look at this. There's just too much survivability. They got this AC, they got all the heals, they jump in on top of the clinks. He's gonna get saved by the false promise. Ame maybe a little bit too much, does manage to get the Manta off and the BKB. Now he's back in. They want this clinks kill. He's hoping for the bashes. He's getting the bashes. They finish that one off. And that is going to be 1 Rax away from Megas. Chalice making sure to secure that. He's just going to stand his ground, in fact, with the Blade Mail. They get the drag back onto the Kunkka. Once he gets out of this Hex, he is going to have a BKB pop, so maybe not taking that Bloodthorn damage. He is finally brought down. Necrophos ticking low. Didn't get the kill, so he's not going to get the stacks and the heal. But without Sylar, where's the damage going to be coming from? It's all on D-Stone. Chalice is dead. Buyback for maybe looking to return to this fight with his Boots of Travel. They're controlling Baboka. Does manage to use himself and buy a couple more seconds, gets the blink up into the base, finds himself right next to Nova. They finish that, but D-Stones, there's another Chronosphere waiting for him. Good save. Fisher and the ultimate from the Oracle helping to keep him alive. Just gonna try and get to the fountain a little bit faster with those Wex Orbs and we'll heal up just fine, but PSG LGD are still swarming them. Chalice with a haste actually able to avoid escape and avoid after being pigged, but alright, it is going to be Baboka calling the GG. X Nova also throwing it out there. Is that intentional? Is that XXS? Like, just type in blank. Maybe there is some bad blood between these two teams after all. But LGD are the victors. They're going to be moving forward. Aster, unfortunately, they're going to have to play themselves a lower bracket match today. I think that means that